Vaccination forms. Depending on the year and the semester, CSN may require students to be vaccinated. You can determine your requirements through the holds that are on your account in My CSN. If you have a hold for a vaccination requirement, you will need to complete a vaccination form and upload proof of vaccination or upload a document for vaccination exemption. Let's check out how to do that. If you go to csn.edu, you will see information at the top. The form may be located here, which it is, but if it's not, you can go to the search bar and type in vaccination. Also, you can check the CSN Student Catalog and Handbook, as well as your My CSN account for more information on how to complete required forms to lift your holds. Let's go ahead and click on Student Vaccination Requirement. This gives the current information and states that there is currently a COVID-19 vaccination form requirement for this current semester. This may not apply in your future semester, so always pay attention to the most updated information and only use this video as a guide. The State of Nevada Board of Health enacted an emergency regulation requiring all students enrolling in NCHI institutions to receive a COVID vaccine. Therefore, all students must provide documentation of having received a COVID vaccine series before enrolling in in-person courses. This means students must receive both doses of Moderna or Pfizer vaccine, or the single dose of Johnson & Johnson, or vaccinations approved by the World Health Organization for international students. All students will not be able to register for courses until documentation of a COVID vaccine 19 series or a medical or religious exemption has been approved and is on file. All students who want to enroll in classes will need to complete the student vaccination form and upload proof of vaccination or upload a medical exemption or a religious exemption. You're going to need your NCHI ID number, your primary name or your first name, not your preferred name. So the same name listed on your admissions form. You're going to need the front and the back of your photo ID. The Office of the Registrar will verify your form and send you an email on whether or not it has been approved. At the bottom here, you will see proof of vaccination or completed exemption form, valid government issued photo identification. Minors submitting a religious exemption must have parent signature and birth certificate or other proof of legal custody. And it's important that you make sure your pop-up blocker is disabled in your web browser. Let's take a look at the medical immunization exemption form. Here's one for medical and here's one for religious. These blue spaces mean you can type in your responses. And then you would have to print this out to sign, have the doctor sign, or enter his or her electronic signature. Let's look at the religious exemption form. There are places where you have to initial the first letter of your first name and the first letter of your last name. And then you would have to print this out to sign it or enter an electronic signature. Let's go back to the main page and select Student Vaccination Form. On this page, you have to enter your personal information. This includes your NSHE student ID number, your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. Make sure that you enter your first and last name exactly the same as on your admissions application. Once you enter your information, you're going to need to choose between I am fully vaccinated or I am not vaccinated. Then you would need to select the vaccination type, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, or international. You would need to continue filling out this form, and you would need to provide 2 dates if you have a Pfizer or Moderna and 1 date with Johnson & Johnson. And you will also have to upload your driver's license or proof of identification, the front and the back. If you choose I am not fully vaccinated, you're going to have to select between exemption, documented medical condition, exemption, religious belief, jumpstart student attending classes at high school, not at a CSN campus, or online student enrolling in all courses or distance education. If you select online courses only, you will have to click in the box that you understand all of the associated risks of not being vaccinated and submit the form. If you choose a religious or medical exemption, you're going to be prompted for attachments. You move your mouse over the attachment box and it will turn a different color. You click on it and you look for the document wherever you placed it on your desktop or in your files. And then you click on it and then open it up and it'll appear here. And then after you've checked all your boxes, you would submit. I hope this helps you with your application for vaccination or with your exemption. When you're done, you're going to get the utility form successful submission, and then you will get an email on your approval or denial. The email will come to the email address that you used, probably your CSN student email account. It will come with a message about COVID-19 vaccination form, and it'll say in here whether you are approved or not. And this is the office of the registrar and the email associated with this vaccination form. Good luck.